Peace to all the leaders, achievers, hip-hop believers and our beefers. This is www.whereisthebeef.co.za and welcome to Rhyming 101. Just a young segment where I give a little bit of advice to up-and-coming MCs as to how to improve their lyrical game. Word up, my name is TheOveryt, the Where's the Beef butcher that controls the hype, and what we are going to be talking about is how to come up with a dope diss track. And I know that this part of the game isn't necessarily ideal because everyone as a rapper we're all trying to make it type of thing, So, but then there's gonna be a time, or there's gonna come a time where you're gonna feel like you've been disrespected by another cat, and you feel like you need to actually retaliate and all that type of thing. So I'm just gonna be giving you advice on that. But before we actually get started on that, let me just tell you why diss tracks should be executed. I feel like a diss track should be executed when your back is against the wall and you feel like as an MC you need to clear the air because everybody's talking about you type of thing. But then also when you peep your hip hop history, the people that actually end up winning battles or diss track battles are the ones that actually retaliate and not the ones that started. I mean, when you peep the Jay-Z and Nas, Jay-Z came through, basically killed the track until Ether came along, and then after the Ether there was no more diss tracks afterwards from Jay-Z and Nas. So so please don't go around dissing people, because people actually think that you're just trying to get attention, or you're just trying to use them to get your name up there. Okay, well first of all, now that that's cleared and all that, the first thing you need to do when trying to compile a diss track is just try to think about the emotional appeal type of thing, as opposed to kicking facts, because it might be dope to kick facts and all that, but then it's going to be doper to make those facts more emotional. So instead of being like, yo man, that's why you're so broke, you should rather focus on yeah man, that's why you can't really get lunch, because you broke type of thing, because now that you broke you can't get lunch, so that hurts even more type of thing. And a famous example of a punchline in a diss track where it actually appeals to the emotions was when Tupac and Biggie beef, classic hit 'em up track, where he was like, you claim to be a player but I effed you, as much as it was not true, or we don't even know if it was true or not, but the fact that Pac said it, that actually hit really hard type of thing, so first thing you need to do is focus on the emotional appeal. So it's emotions over facts type of thing. So you might have a fact, but then you need to make it emotional so that it hurts more. So another thing you'd also want to consider in terms of writing a dope lyrical, I could say, diss track and all that stuff, is the way in which you actually phrase your verses. So in a way, you must try to be funny to get more appeal from the people listening and the person as well. So now imagine combining that emotional element with the funny type of thing. So now a classic example would definitely be what Eminem did with Cannabis, or with that Cannabis track type of thing, where as much as Cannabis was more conceptual and lyrical type of thing, Eminem still was far more superior because he was funny, and he actually made it is kind of true, but it was funny at the same time, how he made Cannabis actually sound more like a nerd and exposed him for being the type of person he is, where he's a cannabis, that's some funny shit. Another thing that was also kind of funny was with Ice Cube as well. Well, this is old school with that No Vaseline track, because now basically with NWA they were getting stuffed by that Jerry guy with no Vaseline type of thing. So that was some funny shit right there. Another thing you should always consider when it comes to diss tracks is your beat selection, because your beat selection actually determines the tone of your diss track. Cats could be angry rapping, angry dissing. Cats could be messing around dissing. Cats could be Common Sense when he was dissing Ice Cube, all laid back about it, on some bitch nigga with an attitude named Q. And then that beat kind of set the tone type of thing. So and then the third and final point, in fact this should have been your actual first point, is how before you start writing your diss track you need to do research on your opponent and dig up as much dirt as you possibly can. Try get the word on the street about this cat. Try peeping him on Facebook, seeing his whack ass statuses. Try listening to the songs he actually makes, and get leverage over him so that, you come out superior at the end, because there's nothing worse than starting beef with someone and then, getting killed afterwards because your research was not sufficient. And yeah, man, that was, I could say, Rhyming 101 for today. If you agree or disagree with what I had to say, be sure to comment on the comment section below. But for more substance in abundance, be sure to log on to www.whereisthebeef.co.za. Like our page on Facebook, we are Where's the Beef. Follow us on Twitter, we're at Where Is the Beefs. And if you want to know the deal, be sure to catch Miss Gabby on Fresh from the Grill. But yeah, man, as for me, I am the TheOveryt, the Where's the Beef butcher that controls the hype, and I'll catch you on the flip. Word up.